Hi, both of you. You must write to the at least 30 prime ministers and presidents in the world. You choose your country, okay? Get it? Write an email and post it to them.
Save soil! Save soil!
We're riding from Bahrain, Manama to Abu Dhabi 930 kilometers, which means probably we'll have to ride the whole night, most probably a full night ride. But already sand, minute particles of sand is in every pore of my body. It's quite a job to get these things out. If you wear protective gear, it gets too hot. If you don't wear, sand particles are getting into me completely. I hope it doesn't get into my heart and make my heart into a desert. No such chance, don't fear that. Here we are in the Saudi desert, sand, sand and sand everywhere. How to make this soil? A lot of work. Save soil, let's make it happen.
Today we are witnessing Sadhguru visiting Manama Souk, which is one of the oldest souk in the region. We are very glad to have Sadhguru in the Kingdom of Bahrain, and we hope that this campaign will be successful and the movement will be pushed from all the communities, not only Bahrain but all this region. Save soil and let's make it happen.
Well, we just finished the Dubai event. Sheikh Nahyan, who's been a dear friend and like a brother to me, is the Minister of Tolerance, and also Madam Mariam, who is the Climate Change and Environment Minister. Both of them were present for the event. It's a great assembly of people, over 10,000 people, full-blooded enthusiasm. So Save Soil movement is on the roll in Dubai, in UAE. And UAE government has signed the MOU and definitely they are on the job. A lot of things will be done in this direction. Save soil.
देश में पर्यावरण की रक्षा को लेकर कुछ विनम्र प्रयास किए जा रहे हैं। माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में ये प्रयास लगातार पिछले कई वर्षों से जारी हैं। आप सभी जानते हैं कि माननीय मुख्यमंत्री हर सुबह एक पौधा लगाते हैं, अपने साथ समाज के अन्य लोगों को पौधा लगाने के इस आयोजन में आमंत्रित करते हैं, उनसे संकल्प लेते हैं कि वे इस धरा को हरा भरा रखने के लिए अपनों की स्मृति में, अपनों के जन्मदिन पर, अपने परिवार की खुशी के दिनों में एक पौधा लगाएंगे, अपने आसपास की दुनिया को कुछ और हरा बनाने के लिए कोशिश करेंगे, प्रयास करेंगे। इसके अलावा मां नर्मदा जीवन की, हमारी मध्य प्रदेश की जीवन रेखा है, उसके आसपास माननीय मुख्यमंत्री महोदय ने एक आदेश निकालते हुए उर्वरकों के, रासायनिक दवाओं के प्रयोग पर रोक लगाई है। मां नर्मदा की अविरल धारा बनी रहे, उसके लिए बड़ी मात्रा में पेड़ लगाए गए, बड़ी संख्या में पेड़ लगाए गए हैं और इस तरह से मध्य प्रदेश अपने तय बहुत सारी कोशिश कर रहा है। ये यात्रा मिट्टी को बचाने की यात्रा है। यहाँ मौजूद सभी लोग दिल में रखे हैं एक ही भाव, सेव सॉइल। बहुत सीधे से दो शब्द हैं, लेकिन इनका बहुत गहरा और बहुत दूरगामी परिणाम है। अगर हमारी मिट्टी सुरक्षित रहेगी, उसकी उर्वरा शक्ति कायम रहेगी, उसके अंदर ये ताकत होगी।
Soil is saved. If it is rich, it will have the energy and power to provide food for the upcoming generations. Only then the future generations will live. This is a very important movement, and Bhopal is an important stop in this journey. Within a few moments, Sadhguru will arrive here on his motorcycle. On behalf of all of you, the Honorable and dear Chief Minister, Shri Shivraj Singh Chouhan, will welcome Sadhguru. Ladies and gentlemen, whenever the Honorable Chief Minister participates in an official function like this, it has a very deep and far reaching thought behind this. If we want the future generations to live well, today we have to make sure that to protect this earth, to protect the environment, whatever we can do on our level, we should do that. And holding this pious thought of this aim, dear Chief Minister is here with us today. The efforts which have been taken in the state of Madhya Pradesh to protect environment, a small exhibition of that has been created here. We hope Sadhguru would be able to have a look at that. After that, there'll be few cultural presentations on the stage, and after that, Honorable Chief Minister and Sadhguruji will be joining us here on stage. Respectable Chief Minister will present a detailed view of various efforts that the government of Madhya Pradesh is taking to protect the environment, and then Sadhguru will be giving his address. When 3.5 billion people, there is an effort to mobilize them, how Sadhguru is on his bike, going around the world speaking to people, and it is amazing to see that the whole world is waiting for them. They raise their voice with Sadhguru's voice, and they are making this message much more loud, much more audible, so that it reaches far and wide. And with their own best wishes, they make it echo around the world. So this historic journey which Sadhguru started on 21st of March, it entered Madhya Pradesh, it entered India on 29th of May, and now it has entered Madhya Pradesh. During this journey, Sadhguru has had thousands of experiences, and today Sadhguru will share these experiences with us. Ladies and gentlemen, Sadhguru has entered Madhya Pradesh, and Honorable Chief Minister is here at this historic Motilal Nehru Stadium to welcome Sadhguru. Sadhguru is traveling almost half the world on his motorcycle. He started his journey from London. He went through all the countries in Europe. Then he went to Central Asia, then Middle East, and then from there he came to India. In Bharat, once again he offered his journey to the people of the country, discussing their concerns and sharing with them importance of saving the soil. He went and met thousands of people. He went to Gujarat, then to Rajasthan, then a small part of Haryana, then Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, and now through Lalitpur he has entered Sagar, Vidisha, Raisen, and now Sadhguru is in Bhopal. And within a few moments, he will be here in front of us. To welcome him on our behalf, Honorable Chief Minister will be there. We request all of you that whenever Sadhguru reaches here, all of you can welcome him with a thunderous round of applause. But please remember that we maintain the we maintain our tradition of maintaining discipline. Sadhguru is respectful for all of us. We will welcome him. With claps, we will welcome him. And then silently we will sit in our seats.
उनसे भी आग्रह है कि सदगुरु अपना स्थान ग्रहण करें। आपसे भी आग्रह रहेगा कि आप अपने अपने स्थान पर जाकर ससम्मान बैठिएगा।
Sadhguru will take his seat and we request all of you to please go back and sit on your place.
सदगुरु का आगमन होने ही जा रहा है। आपके दाहिनी ओर से
Sadhguru is about to reach.
प्रवेश करने
From your right side, Sadhguru is about to enter.
दाहिनी ओर के इस
Let us keep our attention
तो पीछे वाले लोगों
towards this entrance,
तब भी आपको उतना ही दिखेगा। व्याकुल न हो
which is on the right side. Please remain seated and keep your eyes.
ऐसा ही दिखेगा जैसे खड़े होकर बैठे रहें। आप अपनी भावनाओं को बैठकर
Please remain seated so that the people
व्यक्त
behind
करें और कर सकते हैं। बैठे रहें।
La
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। धरा को सहेजने, मिट्टी को बचाने के सदगुरु के वैश्विक अभियान के भोपाल आगमन पर हम माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री शिवराज सिंह चौहान जी, श्रद्धेय सदगुरु और आप सभी का भोपाल के इस ऐतिहासिक मोतीलाल नेहरू स्टेडियम में स्वागत कर रहे हैं। एक छोटी सी जानकारी, अपने मोबाइल फोन रेडियो को अगर आप 96 मेगाहर्ट्ज पर ट्यून कर लेंगे तो आज के कार्यक्रम का, खास तौर से सदगुरु का जो उद्बोधन होगा उसका हिंदी ट्रांसलेशन आप सुन पाएंगे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। भारतीय वाङ्मय में धरा को, धरती को मां का दर्जा दिया गया है। यदि मां स्वस्थ एवं प्रसन्न है तभी भूमि पर उपस्थित जीवन यानी प्राणियों का जीवन सुरक्षित रह सकता है। हमने खाद्यान्न, सुख सुविधाओं की तृष्णा के चलते अपने पर्यावरणीय स्रोत और धरा की प्राकृतिक उर्वरा शक्ति का अनैतिक दोहन किया है। हमारे लालच की चाशनी में लिपटे रसायनों के अत्यधिक प्रयोग से जीवनदायिनी मातृ रूपा मृदा का स्वास्थ्य बिगड़ रहा है, वो सिसक रही है। समय है संभल जाने का, मिट्टी के मूल स्वरूप को वापस लाने का, इसके लिए कोशिश करने का, जितना संभव हो मिट्टी की सेहत को बचाने का। इन्हीं उद्देश्यों को मूल में रखकर सदगुरु ने सेव सॉइल अभियान की शुरुआत विगत 21 मार्च 2022 को लंदन से की। सदगुरु मिट्टी की सेहत के बारे में दुनिया भर में जागरूकता फैलाने और वैश्विक स्तर पर इस बारे में लोगों को संवेदनशील बनाने के लिए मोटरसाइकिल से 100 दिनों की यात्रा पर हैं। आज 81वां दिन है। यूनाइटेड किंगडम के बाद द नीदरलैंड्स, जर्मनी, चेक रिपब्लिक, ऑस्ट्रिया, स्लोवेनिया, इटली, फ्रांस, अजरबैजान, जॉर्डन, इजराइल, आइवरी कोस्ट, सऊदी अरब, बहरीन, संयुक्त अरब अमीरात जिसमें अबू धाबी और दुबई जैसे शहर शामिल हैं, और उसके बाद ओमान में मृदा स्वास्थ्य के प्रति जागरूकता कार्यक्रमों में शामिल होते हुए सदगुरु भारत पहुंचे और उसके बाद गुजरात, राजस्थान, राष्ट्रीय राजधानी दिल्ली तथा उत्तर प्रदेश होते हुए आज भोपाल में हैं। और माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी ने यहाँ आज आप सभी की ओर से एक पीपल का नन्हा सा पौधा देकर भेंट करके मध्य प्रदेश में उनका स्वागत किया है, अगवानी की है। वे यहां मौजूद हैं। आदरणीय साथियों, देवियों, सज्जनों, अब हम आपको एक छोटा सा वीडियो दिखाने जा रहे हैं जिसमें आप देख पाएंगे साइंस बिहाइंड सेव सॉइल। तो आइए आनंद लेते हैं इस वीडियो का और मर्म समझते हैं इस अभियान का।
We are talking about climate change, carbon emissions and global warming and various other aspects. But we are not addressing soil. Soil is the habitat upon which zillions of lives thrive. Once there is no richness in soil, then you have forsaken the planet in many ways. Every responsible scientist in the world and the UN agencies are clearly saying we have only 80 to 100 harvests left. That means approximately 45 to 50 years of agricultural soil left on the planet. By 2045, we will be producing 40% less food than what we are producing right now, and our populations will be 9.3 billion people. The food shortages that could manifest in the next 25 years, the consequences of that is unimaginable. Civil wars will unfold across the world once there is food shortage. What we are facing now is soil extinction. Why is soil becoming extinct? Where is it going away? What is happening to our soil? We must understand, if you add organic content to sand, sand will turn into soil. If you remove all organic content from the soil, soil will become sand. In normal agricultural soil, the minimum organic content should be between 3 to 6%. The most minimum is 3%. At least this minimum to keep the soil alive, to keep the soil as living soil is a must. Agricultural soils across the world, the depletion is so heavy, In most countries, more than 50% of the topsoil is already gone in the last 100 years. The nutrient levels have dropped significantly. The level of micronutrients you would get from your food in early 20th century to what you are getting from the same food now has dropped 90%. If you ate one orange in 1920s, what you got from it, now in 2020, if you have to get the same, you will have to eat 8 oranges. This is what we have done to our food.
Soil is the biggest ecosystem on the planet, and so few people know anything about it. 1 teaspoon of healthy soil probably contains more microbes than there are people on Earth.
The microbial life in the first 12 to 15 inches of topsoil is the basis of our existence. It is this magic beneath our feet which has produced the life that we are. This first 12 to 15 inches of soil is the basis of life for 87% of life on this planet, including you and me.
We have to begin to recognize that what we call our soil, Mother Earth, is a living organism.
Open soils, ripped open by ploughing, open to sunlight, is the basis of destruction of microbial life. So the focus should be on agriculture, the focus should be on seeing that land is under shade as much as possible, some kind of shade, grasses, herbs, bushes, trees. Conscious Planet is launching Save Soil movement to bring about a policy change to regenerate soil. As a part of this, I'm 65 and I'm riding 30,000 kilometers, a lone motorcycle journey, 30,000 kilometers across 24 nations to activate support from the citizenry to assure the governments long-term investments will be appreciated. So it's extremely important that soil regeneration is enshrined in the policy of every government on the planet. We must change the narrative on the planet that soil is a wealth, a legacy we have received from previous generations, and we have to pass it on as living soil for future generations. We are in a cusp of time. If you do the right things now, in the next 15 to 25 years, we can significantly turn this situation around and regenerate the soil. But if we allow this to progress like this for another 30 to 40 years, after 40 years if we attempt this, then it could take 150 to 200 years, because that much loss of biodiversity would have happened. From 21st of March for 100 days, the whole world, every human being on the planet should talk soil. So we must hear the word soil, save soil everywhere to see that the narrative on the planet changes towards the most vital aspect of our life, the soil. Each one of you should reach as many people as you can to make this happen. Many global leaders and influencers are already participating in the movement. Be a part of this and let us make it happen.
For my part, as much as I can contribute.
بالعربي أنقذ التربة لنفعل ذلك على أرض الواقع بمبادرات عملية وجادة ملموسة الأثر. أنقذ التربة Save Soil.
And the movement that you are taken up, I could not expect any more God's blessing than that.
Sadhguru, and this campaign is so important.
We're going to save the soil. Do your part.
And saving the soils
and our planet's future depend on it.
Sadhguru, save soil, my friend.
Save soil, let's make it happen.
Antigua and Barbuda is part of the Save Soil mission.
We commend you for what you're doing. That is why we are happy to sign the MOU.
The science and philosophy that backs the thought behind the movement is tremendous.
Save soil, let's make it happen.
Save the soil. We know what we must do, so let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make this happen.
Let us make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. आइए इसे संभव बनाएं।
और अब आगे बढ़ते हैं सद्गुरु जी के मार्गदर्शन में.
And let's go ahead. Envisioned by Sadhguru, Project Samskriti offers classes and performances of Indian classical arts including music, dance and Kalaripayattu, a martial art form. These intricate arts have been employed for thousands of years as spiritual processes. The artists today have invested in these arts from the age of 7, not as a hobby but as a way of life. We are eager to behold their performance, which will begin with an offering by Radhe Jaggi, a classical Bharatanatyam dancer. Let us welcome them with a thunderous round of applause.
Project Samskriti is an endeavor to nurture and impart India's classical arts. Designed it offers programs to learn powerful chants, music, Bharatanatyam and Kalaripayattu, an ancient martial art form conducted by the rigorously trained students and alumni of Isha Samskriti. The art forms are imparted in their most profound form as possibilities for inner growth and transformation.
Project Samskriti is not today's idea. It's been in incubation for nearly 25 years. So this is an effort not to save the art form alone, but to bring up humanity to a higher level of existence within themselves.
Namaskaram. One with a heart of fire, draped in the rivers and oceans, with hair of open sky and her body the ground that we walk upon, Mother Earth, our source and sustenance. Time is ticking away as we exploit this strong yet gentle source of life to build our lives, our comforts, our luxuries. We have ignored her plea. Time is ticking away. It's time to reinvigorate and celebrate this mother who has birthed us, fed us, and one who will embrace us into her bosom in our death. O Mother, in celebration of your grandeur, in concern for your well-being, in love with all that you are, we dance in tune to your rhythm as we are but a part of you.
takita dina dina taka dima takita dinga taka dimi taka dim takita dinga taka dimi taka dim takita takita taka dimi taka dimi takita takita taka dimi taka dim takita takita taka dimi taka dimi dinga taka dina 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 takita dina kita takita dinga taka dimi takita takita tak kada dina dinga takita dina kita din takita taka dimi takita dinga taka dina din takita din tak kada dinga takita dina taka dimi takita dina kita dinga taka dina takita dinga taka dimi takita taka dimi din takita dina taka dina takita dinga taka dina dinga takita taka dimi
beneath my feet, your soil. When you rise, you become a tree. Again, you fall as a leaf. Who are you? You come up as a crop. You give me life as food. Whether I am alive or dead, you are the only refuge. Who are you? You come as water. You come as milk. You come as honey. Who are you? If I eat, it is soil. If I breathe, it is soil. If I die, it is soil. Oh, my mother, who are you? Soil. In the root, there is a stalk. In the stalk, there is branch. In the branch, leaves, bud, flower and fruit, all rooted in soil. That is not our making. The soil, the very soul of all life, shall neither perish nor is created, but in a constant turnaround. A tree and a termite hill, the rough hide of an elephant and the fine silk of the spider, the beasts that you kill and the people that you love, all a recycle of soil, soil and soil. The magic of soil is it turns death into life. Depleted soils will not quench the fire of hunger. Unquenched hunger can burn the very world. This is a generational responsibility. Save soil. Let's make it happen.
What a wonderful performance, heart-touching performance. Thank you श्रीमती राधे जग्गी जी एवं प्रोजेक्ट संस्कृति के सभी कलाकारों को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आपको बता दें ये सभी 7 वर्ष की आयु से नृत्य सीख रहे हैं, शौक से नहीं बल्कि अपने जीवन
It is indeed overwhelming to see such finesse in these fine young artists supporting the world to unite for the Safe Soil campaign.
आदरणीय सदगुरु भोपाल में हैं, मध्य प्रदेश में।
Respected Sadhguru is in Bhopal, in Madhya Pradesh. Honorable Chief Minister is present with him in the program venue. If we look at Sadhguru's life very carefully, you will see in the last 4 decades, Sadhguru in sync with nature, how to live in harmony with Mother Nature. He has made people join this. Today in his movement to mobilize people across the world, people, Sadhguru has united 2.5 billion people across the globe. Honorable Chief Minister will assist Sadhguru to come to the dais. This movement is very big because especially in Madhya Pradesh, Honorable Chief Minister for the last 15 years with utmost sensitivity, he started the process of protecting the environment. In this context, today along with Sadhguru, Honorable Chief Minister will also express his words on this dais with utmost respect. On behalf of all of you, on behalf of Bhopal, on behalf of Madhya Pradesh, we invite Sadhguru to the dais and we request Honorable Chief Minister to escort Sadhguru ji to the dais.
मध्य प्रदेश के इस मंच पर आप सभी की ओर से माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी से हम आग्रह करेंगे।
We would request Honorable Chief Minister that on behalf of Madhya Pradesh, he would felicitate Sadhguru with a beautiful stole, coconut, and a bouquet, and also offer a statue of Queen Kamalavati with a big round of applause. Let us felicitate Sadhguru. He has offered a coconut. Now, with heartfelt feelings, he is offering a bouquet, and as a symbol of Bhopal, he will offer the statue of Queen Kamalapati. Let's join this felicitation with a thunderous round of applause. We kindly request Sadhguru ji and Honorable Chief Minister to take their place, take their seat. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last 1 hour, we are living this spirit, how soil is important for our life. And we have created a small video which shows the glimpses of Sadhguru's journey. The last 81 days of Sadhguru's journey. Let's see a small glimpse. The entire Europe, Middle East, Central Asian countries, he has reached Bharat. Few
Sadhguru, thank you for what you're doing.
Dear Sadhguru, one of the world's voices and leaders on soil conservation.
وأبدا بالنسبة لنا في رابطة العالم الإسلامي
As for the Muslim World League, we are completely ready to help you.
This is my appeal to every one of you, because I don't want this COP15 to end as one more convention with more paper and more paper. This must end with concrete action, and action in such a way that it's implementable. It is implementable, and we will see a distinct change in the coming few years.
The movement that you are taken up as a soil scientist, I could not expect any more God's blessing than that.
Your leadership, Sadhguru, and this campaign is so important.
You've inspired me to think about soil very differently. I love what you say, that we're all part of the solution and we all have a role to play.
I request all of you to come together and join the Conscious Planet movement to save soil.
So this is a perfect confluence of how we see things and the importance of the soil. Save the soil.
Our soil needs nourishment. Save soil. Let us make it happen.
We really welcome the Save Soil movement. Save soil, let's make it happen.
I salute you, your energy and your dedication, and my full support of what is needed from the Palestinian side.
To honor the people of this country, I want to thank you very much.
सदगुरु जी ने यात्रा की, अपने आप में बहुत बड़ा काम किया है, और मुझे पक्का विश्वास है कि दुनिया को मिट्टी के प्रति स्नेह तो पैदा हुआ ही होगा, लेकिन भारत की मिट्टी की ताकत का भी परिचय मिला होगा।
Soil is not our property. It's a legacy that's come to us from previous generations, and we must pass it on as living soil for future generations.
आदरणीय मित्रों, देवी सज्जनों, मध्य प्रदेश देश का सबसे हरा भरा प्रदेश है और इस जिम्मेदारी को हम पूरी विनम्रता से निभाते हैं। हमारी अपनी कोशिशें भी हैं। आइए एक छोटा सा वीडियो देखते हैं।
Humility. Let's watch a small video about our efforts to keep the state green.
गिली गिली सी मिट्टी, पत्ती टहनी शाखें, और जोर से चमके सूरज की चमकान, भीनी भीनी सी खुशबू और महकी मस्त फिजाएं, नेचर से ही फ्यूचर की है पहचान। उम्मीद का घड़ा जन जन से है जुड़ा, है वादा स्वच्छ इंडिया बनाएंगे। वृक्षों का सिलसिला यूं आगे बढ़ चला, अब रोज हम पौधा लगाएंगे। तो जागो 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 मध्य प्रदेश, हरा भरा जीवन जगाने का है उद्देश्य। तो जागो 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 मध्य प्रदेश, भारत का गौरव बनेगा मेरा मध्य प्रदेश। नर्मदा शिप्रा की जहाँ निर्मल धारा है, उस भूमि पर हरियाली संकल्प हमारा है। माधव से कान्हा तक जो उद्यान सारा है, उस वन में जंतु पक्षी क्या खूब नजारा है। पर्यावरण विकास हो क्यों न साथ साथ, हमारा हम कर्तव्य निभाएंगे। प्रकृति सी मिठास सतयुग का हो प्रयास, इस धरती को हम स्वर्ग बनाएंगे। तो जागो 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 मध्य प्रदेश, हरा भरा जीवन जगाने का है उद्देश्य। तो जागो 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 मध्य प्रदेश, भारत का गौरव बनेगा मेरा मध्य प्रदेश।
आप हमारे वीडियो में देख पा रहे होंगे, हमने पर्यावरण की बातें
Our video that we have shared the thoughts of environment with children. We have told them how with plants come butterflies and with them comes happiness. Honorable Chief Minister will be offering the thoughts about Madhya Pradesh with all of you, and with utmost respect we would like to invite Honorable Chief Minister.
भारत माता की, भारत माता की। आत्मनो मोक्षार्थ जगत हिताय च, आत्मा का मोक्ष और जगत का हित जिनके जीवन का लक्ष्य है, जिनके चेहरे पर तेज है,
And well-being of the world, whose life aim is this, who has glow in his face, and about whom we have just now heard that Prime Minister has said that the one who has shown the power of India's soil to the whole world, such Venerable Sadhguru Ji. Let us welcome him with claps, raising both your hands up. Let's welcome him, let's worship him. Thunderous round of applause, please.
सदगुरु आपका स्वागत है।
Sadhguru, we welcome you. We welcome you from the bottom of our heart. You are continuously, can anybody imagine? Europe, Central Asia, Northeast, Middle East, going through various countries on our sacred country of Bharat. He's reached the heart, Madhya Pradesh. On behalf of crores of people of Madhya Pradesh, I once again welcome you. You have started this unique campaign, Save Soil, which is about saving the earth. It will save lives. For the future generations, we should leave an earth in which other creatures are also alive. In India, we always know that India, thousands of years ago, India told this to the entire world that this is mine, this is yours. This thinking belongs to people with small minds. Those with large heart, they say the entire world is one family. It's called Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. The one who gave this mantra, Sadhguru, not only India, he has gone outside the borders of India. He is a spiritual saint, but he has shown an unprecedented combination of environment concern and spirituality. India said this thousands of years ago that we want well-being for the entire world, and Sadhguru, you have started this journey for the well-being of the entire world. We have always said that we want everyone to be well, we want everyone to be healthy, everyone be well. And with this mantra, Sadhguru has gone on this journey to save soil. Tulsi Das Ji has said that with 5 elements, this creation is created, this earth is created, animals and plants have been made with 5 elements, and one among them is earth. Everything should be well. This mantra can be fulfilled only when we save earth. Friends, we are all grateful to Sadhguruji. We all know that in order to fulfill physical desires, human beings have done great injustice to our Mother Earth. We have dug the earth and pulled out minerals, diamond, iron, gold, coal. We are digging the minerals out of earth. We have cut the forest. We have made the earth bereft of plants and made it naked. We are putting chemical fertilizers. All the residents of Madhya Pradesh and India know that for more production, we have put fertilizers, we have put insecticides, and we are taking three crops and we are burning the crops in between the crops. So many life forms die because of this. Earth has become poisonous and the fertility of the soil is decreasing. If it continues, then a day will come that this earth will not be able to produce food. Just think what will happen. So that's why, Sadhguru, you have taken this commitment that you want to create awareness in the world, you want to awaken the people. You have started this Save Soil campaign today on the slide of Madhya Pradesh, welcoming you from 8.5 crore people of Madhya Pradesh. On behalf of Madhya Pradesh government, I promise you that in Save Soil campaign, we are behind you. We will walk shoulder to shoulder with you. The entire Madhya Pradesh is with you. You have the policy document which you have given us. Madhya Pradesh will follow it word to word. We will not leave a single stone unturned. Number one, we do the process of tree plantation in Madhya Pradesh, and Sadhguru myself, I thought it's not enough just to give speeches. Only if we do something, we will be able to inspire people. That's why I used to plant one plant every day. Even when I was infected with COVID, I did not stop the work of planting trees. But now I do not plant it alone. Some NGO, some other people who are with me, they all plant trees. So now it has become a movement. We have created an Ankur movement in which I have requested that on your birthday, please plant a tree. When your children's birthday or marriage anniversary happens, please plant trees. There is nothing better to celebrate such occasions for your mother or for your father. When you remember them after their death, please plant trees and save trees. And I'm very happy to say, Sadhguru, walking the path shown by you, we started Narmada Seva Yatra. On both banks, we started planting trees. And in Madhya Pradesh, this movement is still on. We know that if a tree grows, it absorbs the rainwater, makes it seep inside earth. When summer comes, the roots of the tree release water drop by drop and maintain the moisture of the soil. We can see the fruits and shade, but if you look at any fully grown trees, you will see the birds are tweeting. Little insects and animals of one big tree becomes home for millions of life forms. Please remember that this earth does not belong only to human beings. Other animals and plants also own this planet. Our rivers should be good. Our forests should be in good condition. Only when they are good, our ecological system will be good. That's why I believe that planting of trees is of utmost importance. Today, Jan Abhiyan Parishad people are here. On the day of Haryali Amavasya, we will once again start a 1 month movement for planting trees. We will once again make Madhya Pradesh fully green, and only then we will rest. Sadhguru, I would humbly like to say the second thing that we have started is Janabhikesh Abhiyan. We have killed the ponds, we pull the water from the rivers and transfer it to the industries. We have done this sin. So in Madhya Pradesh, we have now created a process of creating new ponds, and Madhya Pradesh is creating 5,000 Amrit Sarovars as instructed by our dear Prime Minister. We are creating 200,000 small and big water bodies. The roots of the tree also save the earth. It holds the soil so that the rainwater cannot take it away. But we have plugged the land all the way till the banks of the river. That's why the soil flows away. So planting of trees will also increase the water table in the underground, and different types of trees will also stop from soil to go away with rainwater. And the third thing, we have decided that the power plants in Madhya Pradesh which produce electricity with coal, now we will use solar power. We are moving towards solar power. We are moving towards wind power so that we can save the environment. And the fourth thing that we are doing is organic farming and natural farming. I would like to tell you that in Madhya Pradesh, 7.5 lakh hectare land, we are doing organic farming. That means we do not use any chemical fertilizer. We would want to take it further away, but we have gone ahead and we have gone to natural farming. On the request of Prime Minister, myself and 2 lakh other farmers of Madhya Pradesh, we do not use any chemical fertilizer. We use the cow dung, jaggery, and we create Jivamrit. If we put this on the earth, it will make the earthworms become alive. These earthworms have dig deep. If we save this properly, they will come up and they will make the whole soil very porous. Water will go inside, oxygen will go inside, and we are making an effort to make the nutrition level in the soil, make it much more rich. Sadhguru, we have made an effort. Sadhguru, we welcome you once again. But before I end my speech, I have a thought in my mind. We have seen that to increase investment, we do global investment summit in many places, but I think there is a need to do an ecological summit. And for this, in Madhya Pradesh, we have decided that experts, organizations in this country who work in this field, and people like you, Sadhguru, we want your guidance. In Madhya Pradesh, whatever ecological activities we are doing and people's mindset and gross environmental product, we will speak about this. And in this, experts and common people, air, earth, water, and forest, those who are trying to save this, we would include them. And we will start this movement. And all these people who are sitting here, and they are listening to you in entire Madhya Pradesh, entire country, and entire world. You have shown tremendous courage, and you have made it, you have proved it, that you are capable of showing the right direction to the entire world. You are a true Sadhguru. Once again, I welcome you from the bottom of my heart on this land of Madhya Pradesh.
तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। आपको प्रणाम करते हुए
Guru is, I salute you and I request you that please come, guide us, guide the entire world, save soil, and not just you, all of us will save soil. Will you save soil? All of us. Will we save soil? Will we plant trees? Will we save water? The path which Sadhguru has shown, will we walk on it? So before Sadhguru comes here, please take an oath that in this Save Soil movement, we are here not just to listen to you, but we will go back, think about it, and we will walk the path shown by you. Are you ready to take this oath? Tell me, are you ready to take this oath? To take this oath, raise both your hands. Make two fists and say Bharat Mata Ki.
संकल्प लेंगे, मिट्टी बचाने का संकल्प लेंगे। बोलिए भारत माता की, भारत माता की, सद्गुरु की, सद्गुरु की। और ये नर्मदा का प्रदेश है, सद्गुरु आपके साथ नर्मदा सेवा यात्रा की है, इसलिए हर
of Narmada, we have done Narmada Seva Mata with you.
और इसके साथ ही मैं
And I would request Sadhguru to please come and show us the way, guide us. Thanks a lot. Pranam. Namaskar. Now we will listen to Sadhguru.
Hello. 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 Huh? Kala na janati tava jananam, Kala na janati tava samapanam, Dhrushto maya tava mahakarah yogeshwara kala kala, yogeshwara kala kala. Namaskaram, namaskaram to everyone. Namaskaram, sir. Yes. Little bit, huh? The volume. Can you hear me? Well. This is probably the 79th day. I've lost track of days, somewhere around that, around 80 days maybe. And nearly 25,000 kilometers, 27 nations, 74 nations have signed up for Save Soil, and of course, the 4 states in India. And this is the 533rd event that I am doing since 21st of March. And still in one piece. Thanks to all of you. And over 2.5 billion people have spoken about soil since 21st of March. Why? Why a movement like this has become necessary? The human condition is like this. There was a potato farmer. I'm telling you a story, okay? But if you have to listen to a story, if you must deserve a story, you must respond properly. When I say once upon a time, you must say, ha ha. Once upon a time, there was a potato farmer. One day he wanted to eat mangoes, and then he went in search of a mango tree, and he found a mango tree. But out of sheer habit, looking for mangoes, he started digging the ground because he's a potato farmer. And when he did not find any mangoes, he became very furious and started digging crazy. Then slowly the tree came down on him. This is the story of modern day humanity. This is what we are doing. In search of human happiness, in search of human well-being, we are digging up the whole planet, thinking we'll find happiness somewhere. Wow, last 40 years, I've been trying to teach all of you inner engineering, trying to tell you human experience essentially comes from within you. Joy and misery comes from within you. Pain and pleasure happens from within you. Agony and ecstasy happens from within you. Anything that ever happened to you happened from within you. Human experience is manufactured within you. When human experience is manufactured within you, looking for happiness, being in pursuit of happiness is a silly pursuit. But unfortunately, the world has gotten into this habit like the potato farmer. If I want to be happy, I must do this, this and that, I must have that and that endlessly. No, to be happy means you're pleasant in your mind. Let me talk about pleasantness. If your body becomes pleasant, we call this health. You want it? See, every time I ask you a question, I'm going to bless you. You say yes, no or silence. Accordingly, I'll bless you. Pleasantness of the body is called health. You want it? That's good. If it becomes very pleasant, this is called pleasure. If your mind becomes pleasant, we call this peace. If it becomes very pleasant, we call this joy. If your emotions become pleasant, we call this love. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it compassion. If your very life energies become pleasant, we call this blissfulness. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it ecstasy. If your surroundings become pleasant, we call this success. Only to make your surroundings pleasant, you need the cooperation of people and forces around you. But to make this body pleasant, mind pleasant, emotions pleasant, your energies pleasant, it's 100% your business. It is 100% your business. No, Sadhguru, I want to be very happy, but my wife, my husband, my mother-in-law, my neighbor, oh, before you are happy, the whole world has to be fixed. In that effort, we have destroyed the planet. So I want you to understand, this destruction, this damage to the planet, particularly to the soil, has not happened because there is some evil force sitting somewhere wanting to destroy the planet. This has happened in pursuit of human happiness and well-being. That means every one of us, knowingly or unknowingly, are partners in this destruction. And the only way we can fix it is that every one of us should become partners in the solution. Are you? This is important because I'm saying this because world over, yesterday it was in the news, I don't know if you saw in the newspapers, that somebody went into the French Louvre Museum and threw a cake at Mona Lisa because she's smiling. There are some people who don't like you smiling. They think anger is an answer, but they are fighting for climate change, they are fighting for global warming. If you get angry, definitely world will get hotter, for sure. You've seen this in your home, hello? When you get angry, definitely there's global warming happening. So it's important that we understand this is not an agitation, this is not a protest, this is not an expression of our anger against somebody. This is an expression of our love for the life that we are, our love and responsibility for the life that we are because we value this life, and the life that's around us because we value that life, and the life that should be beyond us, which is very important. Right now, that is what has come to question. Whoever you are, whatever is your caste, creed, religion, gender, it is intrinsic to you that you want your children to live better than you. Hello? But right now what we are doing is just this, that we are removing the foundations for good life for the future generations. If there is no nutritious food, clean water and pure air to breathe, do you really think there are fundamentals necessary for good life available for future generations? So that's exactly what we're doing. One important thing that I would like to bring to Honorable Chief Minister's notice is, and very important is, we must separate the issue of soil from other ecological concerns, not because they are not of significance, they are also of significance, but they will run into various economic issues. If we talk about carbon emissions, fossil fuels, you will run into collision course with oil industry, coal industry, automobile industry and many other industries. If you talk about fertilizers, pesticides, you will run into those industries. None of these industries were built overnight. They were built over many decades, some of them over a century. So you can't close them down tomorrow morning either. And above all, we must understand that this whole process of using chemical fertilizers and pesticides happened in the world in different ways. In India it happened because during 1940s and 30s, we had terrible famines. 1942 famine in India took 3.2 million people in 4 months' time. A famine means it is the most terrible way for a human being to die. It's not like a war, somebody will shoot you and you're dead. This will take 3 to 4 months to die very slowly. It is the most painful and horrendous way for a human being to die. So we had seen famines. Almost every 2-3 years there were famines in the country. So in the 50s, we took this step of heavily using chemical fertilizers and various other kinds of chemicals to cross that famine situation. It was a bridge. We got onto the bridge and it worked. We must understand this. When the fertilizer usage happened in India, in many places the yield went up by 300%, 3 times over. So people thought this is magic powder and they started throwing it everywhere more and more, and it is the nature of the chemical that slowly year on year it'll demand more and more. As we did this, slowly all plant life went out of the farms. And because there was more and more work, machines came. Because machines came, animals went out of the farm. Once plant life and animal life goes out of the farm, there is no organic content. This is something all of you should understand. There are only two sources of organic content, not just on this planet, in the known universe. There are only two sources of organic content, plant life and animal life. There is simply no other way. If we do not bring back plant life and animal life, back on the farm, land or soil will die in the next 25 to 40 years' time. This is not just India's problem, this is a global problem. Not a single nation, not even a single nation in the world has the minimum 3% organic content that is necessary to call soil as soil. The UN has set up the standards that to call soil as soil, there should be a minimum of 3% organic content. Not even a single nation in the world has that average. The highest average available in the world right now is in Northern Europe. It is 1.48%. Southern Europe is 1.1%. United States is 1.25%. India is 0.68%. Africa is 0.3%. This is death. If you have not seen the news, in the last few days it's been in the news. Unfortunately, it doesn't get the kind of attention that some other parts of the world get, but already two nations in Africa are going into famine condition right now, simply because there's a war somewhere else. Two nations are going into severe hunger. It is expected that in the next 6 months, 350,000 children will die. 3.5 lakh children will die in these two countries because there is no food to eat. Because when famines happen, the first to die is always children and the older people. Others will die slowly. So this is beginning to happen. This year it is expected about 6 nations will go into famine conditions. After so much development, after so much infrastructure, after so much technology, after so much knowledge everywhere, once again if we drive towards famines, this is unpardonable. As a generation of people, we cannot afford this and we should never again go towards famine, because famine means most terrible things happen. Across the world, such things have happened, very cruel things. When famines have happened in many nations, parents have chopped off the limbs of their own children and eaten it to survive. Because they don't want to kill the children, they cut their hands off and eat it up. After doing such a thing, even if you survive, can you live a normal life? Is it something that any human being should experience in their lives, that they had to eat the limbs of their own children? But once famine situations come, that's where it goes. Right now it may look like a little bit of fear-mongering what I'm talking, but I want you to understand, on an average, 27,000 species of organisms are disappearing per year. 27,000 species, you heard it right, not organisms. 27,000 species are going extinct per year. That means the bioactivity is just sliding like that. In another somewhere between 25 to 40 years, according to every calculation, it looks like somewhere between 25 to 40 years, this slide will become a tumble. When it becomes a tumble, we will not be able to do anything. It'll be beyond our hands. Maybe it could wipe out a quarter of the population, or some people fear it could be 60% of the world's population could die once bioactivity in the soil starts tumbling down. We need to understand, when it comes to soil, when it comes to soil ecology, our national borders and boundaries mean nothing. These are human problems. We think we can cut the planet like a cake and take our own piece. For political and administrative purposes, we can divide the world. But these divisions are not absolute, because when it comes to soil, when it comes to biodiversity, when it comes to life, life is happening one global phenomena. If we don't respect that, we will pay a huge price for this, which is very close. Every responsible scientist is clearly pointing out that in the next 25 to 30 years, there will be severe food shortages in the world. By 2045, it's expected our population will be 9.3 billion people and we will be producing 40% less food. Right now it doesn't look like that. India can even export wheat. That's how it looks. But when the biodiversity begins to tumble, things will change so rapidly, we won't be able to fix it. It's time now, as a generation of people, this is a great challenge that we face. At the same time, it's a great privilege that we as a generation have this capability. We are in that cusp of time that if we act now decisively with the necessary policies, we could be that generation which turned back from the brink of a disaster, or we could be that generation which slept through and went into the disaster. This is that type of a disaster. If the world walks into it, not many of us will come out of it. That is the kind of disaster it is. So, this is not fear-mongering, this is not doomsday talk, this is happening actively, but it is still in our hands to turn it around, and this is why the Save Soil movement, with a dynamic leader like Shivraj ji, many things can be done, but the important thing is it must be implemented scientifically in a correct manner, because we need to understand there are many problems. There are issues of water, there are issues of air pollution, there are many issues. I'm not saying they are not of significance, but the soil issue must be separated from other issues, because raising the organic content in the soil is one aspect which has no opposition in the world. There is no industry against it, there is no organization against it, there is no lobby against it. Oil industry is not against it, automobile industry is not against it, coal industry is not against it, fertilizer industry, pesticide, herbicide industry is not against it. Nobody is against it. So it's very important that we separate the soil issue, because this is not an issue of discomfort, this is an issue of existential significance. How many of us, or the next generation, how many of them will see 2050? How many of them will see 2060? This will be determined by what we do right now with soil. And this is not rocket science, nor does it need enormous financial outlays, it just needs a determined effort doing the right things, reviving the soil. Where is the problem? Well, whenever we say anything concerned with environment or ecology, there are a whole lot of activists out on the street. Like I said just now, this one girl who is a climate activist goes and throws a cake at Mona Lisa. You heard of Mona Lisa? A smiling woman. I don't know why they're against her, but unfortunately they are busy throwing something or the other at someone or the other all the time. We need to understand this is a generational responsibility. This is not you versus me, this is not nation versus nation, this is not race versus race, this is not religion versus religion. This is one thing that is a unifying factor. We have found so many ways to divide humanity. Nationality, race, religion, caste, creed, gender, hundreds of ways as to how we are different. But when there are so many differences, and humanity is so empowered with technology that we could cause so much damage to ourselves and each other, when this is our condition, is it not very important that we find a common denominator, that there are common factors among us? Soil is that common factor. Whatever is your race, whatever is your religion, whatever is your nationality, whatever is your gender, we all come from the soil. We all thrive and eat out of the soil. When we die, we go back to the same soil. It is very important, we need common factors like this, and soil is definitely that common factor. If you do not understand what is this all-unifying cosmic consciousness, at least you understand this, that we come from soil, we live upon soil, when we die we go back to soil. The question is only, will we get it now or will we get it when we are buried. This is a choice that we have. So, I beseech the Chief Minister, Honorable Chief Minister, that soil as an issue essentially relates to agricultural lands. Madhya Pradesh is a state which has a lot of forest land. Well, afforestation can be done, which he is doing very actively, involving people in the process, which is a wonderful thing. But it is agricultural land we're talking about, because agricultural land accounts for nearly 71% of the world's geography. This 71% of the land right now has come to a place where the organic content, as I told you, the highest in one region, Northern Europe, is 1.48%. Nowhere is it minimum 3%. We have done this for last 27 years in southern India, that by doing a certain type of conscious farming, which we call as tree-based agriculture, we have raised the organic content within a matter of 5 to 6 years in most lands, and if we raise the organic content to 8 to 10%, the irrigation requirement in the land will come down to 30% of what we are using right now. That is, if you're using 100 liters of water, it will come down to 30 liters of water simply because the organic content is high. What organic content means is, it is a food for the microorganisms. They are not in small number, they're in zillions. A handful of soil has more organisms than all the population put together, because it is 8 to 10 billion in one handful of fertile soil. This soil accounts for only 15 to 18 inches. This is the cream. This is the cream of this planet. What we call as topsoil is the cream of this planet. It is the largest living system, not just on the planet, in the known universe, it is the largest living system. There is no other substance anywhere in the universe which is capable of what the topsoil can do. Even if you sow death, it sprouts life. This is the nature of soil. So these millions of species of organisms which are there, openly top scientists, top soil scientists in the world are admitting that they do not even know 1% of the species present in the topsoil. When you know less than 1%, you shouldn't mess with it, isn't it? Hello? When you know less than 1%, you should not be messing with it, but that's exactly what we're doing. So right now, I would say it is very important we just focus on raising the organic content, not mix it up with other ecological concerns which are real. I'm not saying they're not real, they are also real. But for example, if we talk about taking away fertilizers and pesticides in the world, I'm just giving you facts and figures. If we take away fertilizers and pesticides today in the world, our food production in the world could come down to 25% of what it is right now. That will be an absolute disaster. So we need to understand, if you raise the organic content, the need for fertilizer will start coming down naturally by itself. This idea that urban people who live in cities have this idea, farmer likes to throw fertilizer, a lot of fertilizer he likes to throw. This is a very inane idea, because fertilizer costs a lot of money. No farmer wants to throw fertilizer simply for the fun of it. He is doing that because the soil is so weak. If he does not use that fertilizer, there should be no yield, there should be no crop. That is why he is throwing that. But if you help him to raise the organic content, how to do it? There are dozens of ways to do it. Now, we have produced a document. We produced 193 documents for 193 nations, unique documents for each one of them, considering the latitudinal position, soil type, economic conditions of a given nation and agricultural traditions of the nation. Why agricultural traditions is, even if you have all the science on your side, you cannot change agricultural traditions overnight, you have to work with that. So taking these four aspects, we prepared 193 different documents. We prepared one for India, which is here with us, which we will present to the Chief Minister. And above all, I'm very, very, with Shivraj ji, I have no hesitation. I know this will go full speed with him. He doesn't know how to drive slow, just like me. He has the same problem that I have, he doesn't know how to drive slow. He is always full speed. So definitely I'm sure, right now we have no more concern about whether the world will move in this direction or not. World will definitely move in this direction because in the COP15 I've presented this, it has been very well received, all nations are thinking about this, in this direction. I want you to just know this, probably including yourself. Just 3 months ago, nobody was talking about soil as if it doesn't exist. In COP26, in the month of January in Glasgow, the word soil was rarely mentioned. People who attended this convention where the whole world assembled, people who went there, the environment ministers of various nations telling me, Sadhguru, we never heard the word soil, what is the problem? I said, I don't want to get into the politics of it. Right now, I want everybody for this movement. We don't want to separate humanity as for soil, not soil. Everybody is for soil. It has to be so. But now, as I mentioned earlier, now in every nation there is a dialogue and there is a conversation about soil, because in COP15 we made soil an important part of it. Already the next aspect of COP26 is coming by the end of this year. There also we are pushing for it. Even in World Economic Forum we made sure soil is an important agenda. So soil has definitely become the conversation. As I mentioned, the social media metrics are showing 2.5 billion people have spoken about soil since March 21st. But wait, that's not enough. It's important that we move at least 60% of the adult population on the planet. That is, 3.6 to 4 billion people must speak about soil, express their concern about soil. Because I want you to understand, governments are not elected to do fantastic things. Governments are elected to fulfill people's mandate. Where is the mandate from the people? When have people stood up and asked for long-term things? The only thing that people are asking for is they want 2 rupees reduction in the petrol price, they want 1% reduction in the income tax, they want this and that, they're getting that. It is time as responsible citizens of Bharat, all of us express this, that we are concerned about the long-term well-being of this nation. We are concerned about the future of our children. We are concerned about the future generations who will live here beyond us. We are concerned about these things. Only if you express this, governments will have a free hand to make long-term policies. We have also written to 730 political parties in the world to make sure that soil and soil ecology becomes a part of political manifestos of every political party in the world. It doesn't matter to which political party you belong, what ideologies you follow. We all come from the soil, we eat of the soil. When we die, we go back to the soil. We must always remember this. It doesn't matter what philosophies you have, what religions you have, what gods you have, what heavens you are going to, but we come from this soil, we eat of this. When we die, we go back to this. This should never be forgotten. This needs to be addressed, and I'm very sure Madhya Pradesh will be there. I would like to set up a competition between Madhya Pradesh and the other states so that who will go faster than the rest. The simple policy that we are presenting is, one thing is there is a technical document which I would like to present to the Chief Minister, but the simple… Sir, 1 second. The simple policy that we are asking for is just this, because the farmer's economy is so fragile. It is not only in this country. I want you to understand the highest rate of suicide among any given profession all over the world is among farmers. In United States, in the last 12 years, 50% of the farmers have not seen a single dollar of profit. There have been many situations where whole families shooting themselves up because they have no money and the banks are coming and taking the land. This is the reality of most nations. And it is expected by 2032, about 1.2 billion people will be migrating to urban centers across the world simply because of soil degradation. If the soil was rich, if they could grow their food, even if not for the market, at least for their own survival, would they leave their land and go off into some strange land? People would not migrate. By 2032, it is expected 3.5 billion people will be water-stressed. Water stress or lack of water and soil organic content are very directly connected. We must understand this. We are talking about Narmada in Madhya Pradesh, Kaveri in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Just to give you a brief context about this, what happened to Rally for Rivers? What happened to Kaveri calling? People have been asking me because it looks like they have not educated themselves what happened. What happened is this: at that time, we made a policy document which is 760 pages as to how to manage tropical rivers in India. Now this document, for the first time in the country's history, that a private organization wrote the document, but it became the law in the country for all the 28 states. Because rivers are a concurrent subject between the center and state, it came as a recommendation policy for all the 28 states, but we knew that not everybody will go for it, so we started Kaveri Calling, which is about reviving Kaveri. I grew up around Kaveri. What Kaveri was when I was growing up there and what it is today is only 40% left of the river. A river which is the lifeline for southern India, only 40% of the river is left. So we started this Kaveri Calling project. Fortunately, the Karnataka government came up with a subsidy scheme for the farmers. Today, if a farmer plants a tree in his land, it is recorded and geocoded in collaboration with ISRO, and every year if you just take a picture on your cell phone and post it on the government website, within 24 hours, that money will come to the farmer's account. It is because of this, about 67 million trees have been planted by farmers. This is very important that the trees are planted. Afforestation, because Madhya Pradesh has huge tracts of forest land, that can continue and that must continue, but the trees must come back on farmland. There is a way to make farming very, very lucrative and profitable and also enrich the soil by having what is called as tree-based agriculture. You can grow almost every crop with trees in between in such a way. There is a scientific way of how to do it. I would request the Chief Minister to send 50 farmers from Madhya Pradesh to us for 15 days. We will train them and send them back here how to do tree-based agriculture so that they can in turn train thousands of farmers in Madhya Pradesh, because this needs to be done properly. It's very important that it needs to be done properly. Just planting trees is great, but we must understand we never plant a tree. We only plant either a seed or a sapling. For it to be called a tree, it will take 10 years minimum, 10 to 15 years before it becomes a tree. So if it has to be nurtured, well, if it's in forest lands, maybe it will come up by itself if there is no too much grazing and stuff. But if it is in farmland, definitely it will come up. Above all, forests produce and timber. We are importing over 1.25 lakh crores worth of timber. Why can't our farmers grow it? If there are any restrictions in the law, it must be removed. This is what we did in Karnataka. There were many restrictions to grow trees. Unfortunately, we are importing sandalwood from Australia because we don't allow our farmers to grow it. We must allow farmers to grow every kind of valuable tree so that the farmer's income goes up. This is very important. We have made a certain survey in the land and we found that not even 2% of the farmers want their children to become farmers. So in another 25 years, what happens to India's food security if nobody stays on the farm? If there are trees on the farm, they will stay on the farm because it's wealth. It's very important that we bring it into the farmland. This used to be part of Indian agriculture. It is only in the last 45 to 50 years we've lost it. We have to bring it back. It is very important that a farmer should earn as much as a doctor or an engineer or a lawyer or whatever drives people into cities. It is very important the farmers earn as much, otherwise we will be seriously jeopardizing the food security of this nation. We are a nation with 4% of the world's land but 17.6% of the world's population. That's a serious challenge by itself. For the land and population pressure is very high in India. If we want to produce food for these 1.3 billion people, it's extremely important. The smartest people stay on the farm. Right now, everybody who thinks they're smart either goes to the city or goes out of the country. If people, the best people have to stay on the farm, we have to make agriculture a very lucrative process, and Save Soil movement is very focused towards that, an incentive-based policy where I hereby present this document to the Chief Minister and request his teams to study this and make sure this Madhya Pradesh becomes a leading state in the process.
जो पॉलिसी डॉक्यूमेंट मुझे सौंपा है,
policy document that he has given me, Madhya Pradesh government accepts it. We will study it properly, and whatever you have spoken about saving the soil, that minimum 3 to 6% organic content should be there. In this direction, with utmost sincerity, Madhya Pradesh government, in collaboration with the citizens of Madhya Pradesh, we will go ahead for this policy document. I express my deepest gratitude to you on behalf of the people of Madhya Pradesh. Thank you so much.
Okay.
A respectable Chief Minister, he has expressed his gratitude to Sadhguru on behalf of the citizens of Madhya Pradesh, and he has also assured if it is possible to follow this, Madhya Pradesh will definitely do it. There are a few youngsters amongst us who want to ask few questions to Sadhguru. We have taken approval from Sadhguru. If you have any question, you can please ask. Volunteers, please see who wishes to ask and provide them a microphone. And the answer that they receive will benefit everyone. You're welcome.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Hello, Sadhguru. Namaskaram.
Where are you? I can't see you. Huh?
I'll just come in front.
She's there, in front, right wing, just central word.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, please speak.
Hello, Sadhguru.
Yes.
Yeah. My name is Shivangi Pathak, and I'm a Chief Minister, young professional posted in Bhopal. Sadhguru, my question to you is that you have covered across the globe regarding Save the Soil movement. So across the 27 countries that you have covered, what are the most environment sensitive communities that you have found, and what is the biggest learning from them? Thank you.
See, when it comes to environmentally sensitive communities, there are many small communities which have done wonderful work. But the problem is this, that these kind of communities would be very effective if it was 1960s or even early 70s. Now we're in 2022 where the situation has come to a place just to give you a context, 67% of the vertebrate population on the planet has disappeared in the last 70 years. 82% of the biomass insects have disappeared in the last 70 years. 92% of inland aquatic, freshwater aquatic life has disappeared in the last 70 years. I can go on with terrible statistics like this. So we've reached a place where individual communities doing something sensitive and wonderful is not going to be a solution, unfortunately. It's nice, it's wonderful that they're doing it. So, I visited some of the farms in Switzerland where certain part of the farmland, this is something we should do in India also, sir, Madhya Pradesh could take the lead. Farmlands have been certified as World Heritage lands. So in around, like in Switzerland, they've largely identified vineyards where they grow grapes. Certain region has been certified as World Heritage. So one thing is, it is maintained in a top-class way in terms of soil organic content and in every other way. And it also draws enormous amount of tourists because it is a World Heritage site. So it is a sad thing that a rich land should become a heritage land. The whole globe, the whole world should be rich land. Unfortunately, it is becoming like an archive. But when I visited this, the practices there and how they're keeping this, and many of these farms are over 100, 120 years, the same families have been doing it. We have millions of families like this. If we make World Heritage, probably it will become like a sample or an example for others to take it up, and with UNESCO's support, we can turn a certain region into World Heritage agricultural lands. And one important thing which is more large scale, which is more of a solution-oriented thing is, this was proposed by the previous environment minister in France, that he proposed what is called as 4 per thousand. That means every year 0.4% increase in organic content should happen. If this happens, in 8 to 10 years, the whole country would have well over 3%, and there would be. So this resolution was passed in 2015, and they formed a separate organization called 4 per thousand organization, or it is called something, whatever, 4 per thousand declaration or something like that. So I met with them and we signed an MOU with them. This is an important step because since 2015 the law is in place, but action on ground has not happened because of change of governments. So this is something that we need to take into account. This is why I'm saying, irrespective of what political party you belong to, what religion, what caste, what creed you belong to, soil should become a priority. Because a leadership change, because something happened, because this minister went away, it stands in suspension. That should not happen. So we signed an agreement with that 4 per thousand is a visionary document that they made in 2015. It is… I did not know about it till I went to France and realized that they had already thought about this, and it is very good that it is not very drastic, it is slow. In 8–10 years' time, almost every land in the country would be over 3 to 4% or 5%, which would be very, very good in terms of nutrition in the food, in terms of bioactivity, above all in terms of farmers' economy. It would be very significant. So I can say these two were significant in my observation.
ज़्यादा
we wanted to take more questions, and we know there are very enthusiastic youngsters present here, but because the time is limited and Sadhguru and Mukhya and Sadhguru and Chief Minister, they have further programs after this. So we would like to now play the Soil Anthem video, and we will go away with this pledge that we will do the best to save oil, and we will keep the hashtag Save Soil alive and take it further. We thank all of you for coming here today and joining us. And thank you to Honorable Chief Minister that he spent so much time here and he's doing so much to save the environment and world in Madhya Pradesh. आइए हम
This very body is soil. My body, your body, everybody is just soil body. Of soil is it turns death into life. Depleted soils will not quench the fire of hunger. Unquenched hunger can burn the very world. This is a generational responsibility. Save soil. Let's make it happen.
Worldwide, they did this all over the world, Africa, everywhere.
le la le la le.